Welcome everyone back to the European Journeyman save. In today's episode, we have our second leg in the European Europa League knockout playoff round or something. It's like some sort of weird concoction of words. And then we play Aalborg in the league. As you can see, we've only played a couple of games. Nothing really happened between the last game in terms of in terms of transfers, sorry. But in terms of results, we obviously played a friendly. Then we beat BESIKTAS 4-3 again. Very comfortably leading. It was 4-0 up at half time, then a 60th minute goal. You think, okay, just a bit of consolation. But they then got themselves back in the tie, basically, with two very late goals. So it's all to play for. We then actually did finally keep a clean sheet with the back line we've been playing. We did get a 1-0 win over Viborg, who are second bottom. So we're a little bit odd at the minute. We seem to be scoring just fine, but defensively, very, very sus. But we know what we need to do. And as you can see, league-wise, it's still going quite well. 5 points clear with a game in hand. So we are in a good position there. But we do play Aalborg as well today's episode. So we know what we need to do. We need to beat BESIKTAS, basically. Or we need to draw today in the second leg. It's 4-3. Harvey Elliott misses out. He's got a little bit of the flu. So he's going to miss out. But the rest of the team looks pretty familiar to what you're seeing. Biancheri's back from his injury. So he's back in on the right. Heskey, Archer, Gillum up front. Nyheim comes in for the missing Elliott with Extrabe, and then the regular back four and Trubin in goal. Trubin keeping his first clean sheet against Viborg. So we need a result here. We need to get at least a draw, and that will see us through into the round of 16, which we will, of course, show you next episode if we get there. But we didn't have... we had a very good game. We were the much better side, and Matt Seamer gets another goal. He gets his big head on it. He's very, very tall. He's got good jump and reach, and he's done it again. Makes it 1-0 on the night, 5-3 on aggregate. And we'll probably need to score a couple because we just don't seem to have a clean sheet in us against any decent sides. But I don't know why, but it just seems to be happening. But Archer on the turn does really well, but he does force a save from the BESIKTAS goalkeeper. We can't avoid BESIKTAS as well, by the way. We got them in the Champions League qualifiers, which we lost to. Oh, my team nearly got a second. Excuse me. Oh, there's another one coming. There's another one. No, is there not? Oh, I hate when that happens, when you think you're going to have a second sneeze and then it doesn't happen. Anyway. We just can't seem to avoid BESIKTAS in the minute. So we got them in the Champions League qualifiers, which obviously they knocked us out, which was great. We then played them in the league phase, and then now we've got them in the knockout round. So we can't avoid them. This is our 5th time playing them this season, which is mad for a team that isn't in our league. We're playing them for the 5th time. But there you go. But we've lost 2, won 2. So really, this is the rubber. So we lost 2 in the knockouts, in the playoffs for the Champions League. We then beat them in the league and then beat them in the first leg of this. So we are even in terms of results. So this is the rubber match. Whoever wins this is the official best team out of BESIKTAS and AGF. But there you go. But we just, ideally, we can win, but we just need a draw to get through this. At the minute, we're winning. So we have got a nice 2-goal cushion. But with how we've been at the back, I don't know. Is that Timothy Weah? They've got some players. So no wonder they're doing well against us. And they have got themselves back in it. Bertug Yildirim's got his 23rd of the season. Who is this boy? And why has he got so many goals? He's okay. He's okay. He doesn't look anything amazing, though. Why is he scoring so much? Absolute bagsman in Turkey. Wow. He did well in France as well. Kind of. Yeah, well, he's a bagsman. He's definitely a bagsman, so he's definitely got himself one back, which does make it level on the night. Archer going for something crazy there. That would have been... I've yet to see an overhead kick go in on Football Manager 24, so you never know. It would be nice to get it. I feel like if it ever happens, it'll probably be like the Champions League final or something mad like that. It'll be like the last episode of the series or something like that. I feel like it would be a cup final or some sort of big final where you get that, where it actually goes in just on the random number generator. But wasn't today anyway. Gillum on the free kick, whips it in, doesn't find anyone, but Carl picks up a bit of loose play there. Heskey goes for an effort from distance, and for some reason, whoever that was, number 17... Biancheri, I think it is, was following it in, but just didn't follow it in, and I feel like he could have got on the end of that. but Besiktas get themselves forward and they're in behind. And Trubin, some very poor positioning from him. I'm not sure about Trubin, you know. He's got all the star rating and he looks really good. He's not really that good. He's not had a good game yet. He kept a clean sheet against Viborg, but they're terrible. He's letting a lot of goals. So do we just bring Gulstorff back in and consider Trubin a bit of a flop? I don't know. I'm going to persist with Trubin because I just see him as good. I know, having looked at him, he is good. But we are at 1-1, so we're not doing too bad. But we could definitely do with another goal. Archer not having the best game today could be one that we potentially look to take off. It was actually Hassan and Gillum who played the front two last game against Besiktas because Archer was had a little niggle or something, he couldn't play. And you know what? With 30 minutes to go, he's not playing well. We'll just do the same there because those two actually worked quite well together. So we played Gillum as a pressing forward, and then we played Hassan. There he is. I was wondering where he was. I didn't sort my bench out. We played Hassan as the advanced forward, and it worked quite well. So for the last 30 minutes, they will do this, but it is very, very tight. We are very much on the edge, on the wire of this could go very wrong. This could be going to extra time. We could be getting knocked out. Belrug gets another effort. And I thought we'd given away another penalty, but we haven't. And we just about managed to get it out. A couple of tired players as well. Extrabay's looking very tired. So we'll take Keanu Dyer on for him. Don't really have a left back. We'll put Groot Farm on the left. We'll put Haruna on the right. We'll leave it there for now. 20 minutes to go. I know it's not ideal playing a right back at left back, but Carl was so tired that it's almost a necessity. 15 minutes to go. Groot Farm on the left-hand side. Plays into Heskey. Back to Heskey. Heskey running through. Plays in Biancheri. Plays in Haruna. Haruna with an absolute howler of a shot. Goes wide. I don't know why it ended up at the right back. Shouldn't have done. We'll bring Griffiths on the left. And we'll bring Shea Lacey on at the right. I've played Rash there a couple of times. I know he scored when he came off the bench on the right. But a lot of other times he's played there, he's been given the ball away. So I don't want to keep position playing him on the right. Maybe in league games, but definitely not in these kind of games where it's so tight. Nyheim over the top to Gillum. It drops. Gillum finishes. Is he onside is the question. He is. There's no VAR check. The linesman didn't raise his flag. Luke Gillum finishes 2-1 on the night, 6-4 in aggregate. And as long as we hold on to this result, we will be going through. Lacey whips one in. Oh, I thought Matsima was going to get his second of the day, but he doesn't. It goes over. Not long left now, but we've known how much we concede late goals, so it's definitely not done. Not by a long shot. Even now, 90th minute, it's not done. Doesn't look like we're going to have any more capitulations. Thankfully, this time, we've switched on just enough to see it out. And we do see it out. 2-1 win on the night. 2 wins over 2 legs. Very good stuff. And we are into the next round of the Europa League with that win. 6-4 on aggregate. Very good stuff. We get some money. And we will be advancing into the round of 16. So we know what next episode's going to be. It's going to be round of 16 and Randers. But for now, this episode, we've got Aalborg. So we'll go continue on and we'll get to the Aalborg game for our second game of the episode. So for our second game of the episode, we have a league fixture against Aalborg. The only change we've made is Groot Farm has dropped onto the bench and Haruna comes in purely because he was a little bit tired. So we'll just give him a rest. And Haruna comes in. He did very well when he came off the bench against Besiktas, so not worried at all about replacing him. Hopefully, if we do need Groot Farm, he's on the bench so we can use him. Elliot still misses out with his injury. Well, his flu, not really an injury. So he misses out still, and we'll swap this back to the league table so you can see how we're getting on. As you can see, we're getting on very well. I think we're in a league title challenge. I definitely think we are, and I definitely think we ought to be winning it. I think we've probably, if not got a level team, I think we've got the best team in the league now. I think we've had some very, very good transfer windows since we've joined. And yeah, I think we should be winning it. As you can see, we're doing very well. I do worry that we may drop off a little bit, but we don't have too much long left of the preliminary phase. We've already qualified for the top half, of course. Board just want us to finish top 2, so I don't think there's any fear of that not happening. I want us to win the league. I think we're very good for it. But it's just about keeping up this good form. As you can see, we are winning most games. So We keep the faith and we keep going. We do also have a game in hand as well. So in theory, if we were to win that game in hand, we'd actually be 8 points clear, which would be a big gap. But definitely not big enough to be writing at home just yet. It is quite early in the season. Biancheri squares it. Lovely finish. Luke Gillum makes it 1-0. And yeah, we're looking good for it. I do, like I said, I think we can win the title this year. I do think there is absolutely a very good chance of us winning it. But it's just about keeping it up. And as long as we keep getting good results against teams in the league, we'll keep doing that. Obviously, Europa League is a second. Our main focus is winning the league. That's got to be number one. We're probably not winning the Europa League, so it's just about how far can we go. Our tie for the round of 16 is Biancheri gets on the end of it, and it's 2-0. He's doing very well today. Gets his 10th of the season to make it 2-0. But we did get our round of 16 draw in the Europa League. That'll be next episode. So we'll play the first leg off camera, and then the second leg we will play on camera. And it's against Basel as well. So I think we should be getting through that. If we absolutely smash Basel in the first leg, like 5-0 or something crazy, and there's just no way we're not losing the second leg, potentially we may come back for the quarters, but we'll just play it by ear. I don't think we'll be absolutely leather in Basel. We obviously played young boys, similar ilk, and we drew. So I wouldn't expect us to go and smash Basel in the first leg or anything. So chances are next episode will be Randers in the league, and then that second leg against Basel. Unless there's a game like Copenhagen's before or something, then we'll probably play that. But I think it'll be Randers in the league. Looks like we could potentially be having a penalty. The referee's making a very curved run to go look at the little telly to see what the dealio is. And he's taking a long look at the little laptop, the little tablet. And he has given a penalty. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest with you, so I don't really know what it's for. But it's going to be... Who is that? Is that Heskey? Yeah, Heskey's taken. For some reason, I thought it said 20. I was like, who the hell's number 20? The numbers are all over the place because we've signed so many players. We've signed so many players that they've come and gone. Most of the players aren't even in the 10. No, I think there's one player in the 10. That's bad. They're all over the place because we've signed so many players this year. But there you go. We are 3-0 up, and we are looking very good for it. And I think it's chance now to give some of the younger boys a chance. So we will bring Glenn Rash on the left-hand side. He can come on for Heskey. Keanu Dyer can come on as well, as can Hassan. He can come on for Archer. Swap those two round. And we probably don't need to bring a centre-back on, so we'll leave those two on the bench. Probably won't see much of Fisher and Kanagaard at the minute. I'm trying to build up a partnership between Matsima and Slotziger, so yeah, keep them on for the full 90s if possible. Nyheim's a little bit tired, so we'll try and bring him off as well. We don't really have another DM. So what we'll do, we'll put Dyer in there, and we'll play Kanagaard and Ball Winner, who can play there. It's definitely not his out-and-out position. And we'll make one last change. What we'll do, a little bit controversial, we'll take Gillum off for Griffiths, put Biancheri there. So Rash will play on the right, Griffiths on the left, and Biancheri can play as a pressing forward, which I think is actually his natural position, is pressing forward. So he can play there. More of an attacking pressing forward, but it doesn't matter. And then we'll see how that works. Biancheri up top with Hassan, and then Griffiths and Rash on the wing, and then Kanagaard. We got a lot of players out of position, but they can all play there, and we'll win 3-0, so I'm not too worried about it. Nothing comes of the corner, remains 3-0, but this is looking very comfortable, and this is the kind of the result we've been getting a lot off camera. I mean, it's domination. Look at it. It's 70% possession. They've only had the one shot on target. We've scored. Yeah, we're looking good for it. We are looking good for the title, which is why I don't want to show too many games in the league, but we'll pepper them in. What I don't want to do is just show you both legs of the Europe games, because I think doing one leg of Europe, one league game, you get a little bit of a taste of all the action that's going on. Obviously, we've got the Cup in the background as well. We're still in the semi-final of that, so we'll play that off camera, though, because we already got to the Cup final last year, so really it's just about if we can get to the final showing that. But we do win in the league. 3-0 win. It keeps us very much atop of the league. Looking good, 5 points clear. And, we actually know that was our game in hand. So we've played our game in hand. So we're actually 8 points clear now. 2+ on goal difference. So it's looking good. We are looking good. We played our game in hand. It's weird that everyone else didn't play. Oh, no, they did play. They must have played later. Yeah, we played early. Right, okay. So back to 5 with the game in hand. Unfortunately, that would have been good if they'd not won there. Copenhagen, of course, the team challenging for us. Brøndby still in amongst it, but I'd say it's probably just us and Copenhagen now. Definitely not settled because we've got to play Copenhagen a few times in that run-in. We don't have to play them yet anymore in the preliminary phase, but we'll definitely have to play them in that final phase, in the championship phase. So that'll do it for this episode. When we come back, we will play Basel in the second leg of the Europa League round of 16, and then we'll play Randers in the league as well, and that'll be basically almost our second last game in the preliminary phase. Well, it's pretty much our last game in the league, preliminary phase anyway, before we get that championship split. So hopefully when you come back, like I say, if we absolutely smash Basel, then we'll just skip that and go straight to the quarters, but I don't think we will. So we'll see how we get on. It is away as well, the second leg, so could be a slip up there, but hopefully we'll do well off camera in between, and we'll be back for those 2 games. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the European Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.